As I record this video at the end of July 2024, Israel is at war with Hamas in the Gaza Strip, and a war with the Hezbollah is threatening as missiles and drones from Lebanon are hitting northern Israel, and Israel and Iran have traded missiles. In short, Israel is in trouble. Gaza and the Palestinians are in trouble. Lebanon is in trouble. Iran is in trouble. The entire Middle East is in trouble. And as a result, the world is in trouble. The world seems to be taking sides in the Middle East conflicts as well, as the conflict with Hamas continues, with numerous countries backing the idea of a Palestinian state while supporting an immediate end to the hostilities and the beginning of substantive negotiations, while other countries are siding with Israel and seemingly accepting the idea of a longer military struggle. Moreover, as time goes on, Israel's enemies are getting stronger, better organized, and they are getting much better weaponry. Gone are the days when Israel can simply outgun its enemies in a war that lasts only a few days.
So my deduction for this would be something like Nazi Germany or like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, I think, because of the energetics here.
Moreover, what happens with Israel and its current conflicts will hugely affect the world. Today we are going to focus on the Israeli side of the equation. So the questions we face are, what are the possibilities? Now, some people in Israel want to continue the fighting until victory is won, although it is not clear what victory would look like. Others want a rapid negotiated solution to stop the fighting as soon as possible. Even within Israel, there are times when zillions of Israelis are demonstrating one way or the other. And even if a negotiated solution is obtained, will it work? Or will fighting simply break out again in short order? So, we at Farsight decided to take a look at what happens with the Israeli conflicts under two conditions, which we can identify as two timelines. Moreover, we want to look at what happens on the military level as well as what happens on the political level. We do that with remote viewing. However, I want to emphasize that we at Farsight are not picking sides. We are not supporting one side over the other. We are not saying that the moral case for one side is better than the other. The only thing we are doing is trying to see what happens as a result of two different approaches to the current wartime crisis that Israel is facing.
These pits are definitely, it feels like this is like an inconvenience for them. These subjects, it's like the pits are, this is not normal and this is not good for them. I see these subjects, if they're kind of talking amongst each other, discussing as a group, these working subjects. I'm sensing anger among them. There's also, it feels like they're criticizing.
I am Courtney Brown, Director of Farsight, and at Farsight we study the perceptual process known as remote viewing. Remote viewing is a mental process that is done using highly structured methodologies that are derived from those developed by the United States military and used for espionage purposes. But Farsight is civilian, and we use remote viewing for scientific experiments and for exploration. This new project conducted at Farsight employs remote viewers who are among the most experienced and highly trained viewers existing today. The remote viewers all describe much the same thing, all corroborating reports, and it is worth emphasizing that the remote viewing was done totally blind, and none of the remote viewers communicated with one another about the project during the data collection phase. Even their final presentations were recorded on video with no one else in the room. This is not science fiction told through riveting remote viewing conducted under defensible, clean, scientific conditions. This is as real as it gets.
Okay, so this is really a kind of a close-up of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, the backdrop is this big urban area, and I'm just seeing this space within the urban area that just is full of angry, yelling subjects. It seems like there are subjects, once again, throwing things. There's subjects that are sort of fighting, like sort of wrestling with each other, objects sort of in between. This guy seems to have some sort of face or head covering.
Now, all remote viewing projects have a target. The target for this project has two focuses and two timelines for each focus. The general target for this project is the future of Israel during the rest of 2024 and 2025 with respect to the current crises in the Middle East. Now, the goal of the project is to determine the evolution of the current crises in the Middle East with respect to Israel as a nation. Now, the first focus is the most notable moment on a military level during the rest of 2024 and 2025, in which the security of Israel is most seriously challenged. Now, this focus has two timelines that we investigate. The first timeline is when the Middle East war continues as it is currently evolving. And the second timeline is when the current Middle East war resolves quickly. Now, the second focus for this project is the same, except that we look not at the military side, but rather the political side. More specifically, Focus 2 is the most notable moment on a political level during the rest of 2024 and 2025, in which the security of Israel is most seriously challenged. Now, the two timelines are the same for both focuses. The first, in which the current conflicts continue as they are currently evolving, and the second, when the current conflicts resolve quickly. Since that is the debate raging right now, whether to stick it out and keep fighting or to negotiate an end to the conflicts quickly, it is useful to see what happens on both the military and political sides under both situations.
Chemical, explosive, fire, hot. I smell bodies, like the way people smell when they are hot.
Friends, no matter what side of the political spectrum you are on, this project is important. Our work at Farsight indicates that a group of extraterrestrials who we call the bad ETs are involved in stirring up conflict and chaos within humanity. The idea that so much hatred should exist in the Middle East as well as in other areas of the world, and that this hatred should spill out into open warfare, is mindless. These are humans fighting humans, and the humans on both sides do not remember who they are or who their perceived enemies actually are. Humans should not be fighting humans, but this planet is being run as a prison by the bad ETs, and they are masters at stirring up these kinds of troubles within a human population that has been stripped of its true memories. This type of manipulation happens especially during times when there is public pressure to force disclosure of the UFO or UAP phenomenon. So, to get out of this situation, we ultimately need full disclosure of the ET presence on Earth. The wars will not stop until this happens. But while we work on this, we also need to help humanity come to grips with its own internal struggles, regardless of how these struggles originate. And that is what this project is all about, helping humanity navigate its future, or more accurately, its possible futures. Now, we have 4 remote viewing sessions for you today. This is an important application of remote viewing. Everyone can learn a lot by watching these sessions, all conducted totally blind by the remote viewers, and all sessions containing corroborating information for each condition. This is amazing stuff. And we begin with a session by Intisam, and then Aziz Brown, Yeme Janae, and finally Shantae. After you see all of the sessions, I will return to help pull things together.